Girls, in today's tutorials, I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know about arrays in Java Focus for Beginners 2026. So let's get started. Okay, so I'll just go quickly to my IntelliJ. You can see my hierarchy, my course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in today's tutorial, we'll be going with our course 6. Let me create a package to make my hierarchy more cool. So I'll just name it course 6. Okay, so then inside the course 6, I'll create a new Java class and just name it main as well as usual. Then I'll click on enter. So the reason I'm doing this is so my organization and file hierarchy will be cool. Okay, so I'll just zoom this a little bit. I think 19 is cool, or 19. Oh yeah, 19. So now let me make you guys understand array. Stay tuned. What is an array? Just let's say, imagine you are carrying one egg in your hands. An egg, I think it's fragile, right? So if you are carrying an egg in your hand, it's easy to carry just one egg. Then imagine you're carrying like 10 eggs. You can't just hold them one after the other. It's either you take them one after the other, and it wastes time, or you use an egg tray or something. You can carry like 20 eggs, 15 eggs, or many things in an egg tray, and you can move it quickly. But if you're picking it one after the other and many other stuff, it takes time. So just think of an array like an egg tray, like a container that holds multiple values of the same type using just one name. Okay, so the real definition of an array to a programmer is: an array is a collection of values stored together in a single variable and can be accessed using indexes position. Just a quick note that you guys have to take down, jot down or something if you're with your jotter. In programming, computer always starts from 0 and not 1. When you say counting for humans or non-programmers, they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and stuff. But computers start with 0. Okay, so why you should use array? It stores many values in one place, organize data better, loops through values easily, and avoid writing tons of variables. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So if you see something like this, let's say PSVM tab. So if you see something like int score, we say the score is equals to 190. Int score, let's say the score is equals to is equals 80. Int score 3 is equals 75. So this now we're trying to save like student scores. Okay, you see why an array is very good and it's very necessary to use. So we say int score 4 equals 60. Then we'll say int score 5 is equals 95. Oh god, this is a lot. That's messy. And I don't think it's cool like this. So there's a very cool and easy way you can do it, and you can save multiple records using just an array. Okay, so what I'm going to do is int, then you do to access an array, all you need to do is this square braces, int, then the square braces, then you call it scores, and now it has given you a very easy and an egg tree to store your eggs. I mean variables though. So store your eggs or variables. So all you need to do, a very good and accessible way, you just be like, sorry, let me just click this. Okay, so you can just say store the scores 90, 80, I'm separating it by comma, 75, 60, and 95. Okay, so this is just like int of scores. So no need for this long thing. You see how we just did this line of code just took like 30 seconds or something, or 1 minute. Okay, so but this line of code just took like a whole lot of hours and shit like that. So I don't think no one will ever like this. So that's why we are going to be working with an array. So there, it's very clean, simple, and powerful. Okay, sometimes you might not want to access an array immediately. You might just like want to just give the amount of data that will be inside your array list, so you can call it out anytime you need. All you need to do is then let's say call an array called int of numbers. So if you want to store the numbers, it's equals new int. Let's see, how many numbers do you want to store? Since let's say you know the values but you don't know the scores of the numbers, or let's say you want to store the stores of your student grades but you haven't marked it here. So you can just store it in a container. Let's say just to have like 5 students, you can just store it like this. So when you start getting their grades, you can input it. Okay. Now let me show you how and what I mean the array starts from 0. So what I'm going to do now is so these numbers I'm going to say let me say scores, let me say or numbers, I think numbers, yeah, let me say numbers at index of 0. Numbers at index of 0 is equals, so I'll just say, let's say my first student is smart enough and he got 100 or something. So we need like since it's able to collect like 5 data, so we need like 5 data, but since computer starts from 0, let me just store it. So this is a very long way to store it if you don't want to use the way I used in this scores method. Okay, so you can just say numbers at index of 1 is equals 80 or something, then numbers at index of 2, if you remember what I said earlier, computer starts counting from 75, then numbers at index of 3 is equals, let's say 67 or something, the numbers at index of 4 is equals, let's say this one is quite smart enough, 95. Okay, so these numbers, these are the numbers in our array. If you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can do many things with an array, but let's just work with scores for now. So let me say I want to print numbers that I want to print the scores at index of 0, so you guys can understand more on index. Okay, so let me SOUT tab. So don't mind the errors that the standard is here. Okay, the content of array numbers are written to but never read. Okay, okay, now there's no like quite error, just like a warning or something. We are not using it yet. So let's say the scores, we want to access this first score 90, the first score. How we're going to do is we're going to say scores, print scores at index of, who can guess, 0. Okay, because the computer starts with 0, and so if we run the program, our first score is, you can see right here, 90. Okay, so we can also say, let's say we want to access the second one, we'll say at index of 1, because computer starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Humans will say this is 1, this is the first number, this is the second number, third, fourth, fifth. For computer, say this is 0, this 1, this 2, this 3, and this 4. And that's why I give the thing like this as well. So if we print scores at index of 1, it gives us 80. You see it, right? And yeah, so that's it. So you can also change values as well. You can also change values. Let's say you can see, firstly we said number scores at index of 0 will give us 90. We can also change scores. You can see scores at index of 0, you can change it to equals 100 or something. So if I print scores at index of 0 now, it replaces the 90 with 100. You can see it here, right? And yeah, don't mind these numbers. I'll just need to show you guys that you can do something like this. Okay, so let's just work with scores like this. Okay, so then there is a very way we can list mix loops that we did last with arrays as well. So let's use a for loop to loop through an array. So I think that is the thing, the repeated thing that most programmers do, using a for loop to loop through an array. And so it's very important to understand how it works. So I'll just say for, so just creating my for loops for our integer I is equals 0. Why we are starting from 0 in arrays and even array list, but I'm going to still do a full tutorial on array list as well. So why we are starting from 0 in arrays is that computer starts from 0. So our int I is equals 0, and I, it will keep going as long as I is less than scores dot length. This length means, this length function is, it gives the total length of things in our array. So the length of the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. total numbers here are 5, so it keeps going from 0, and less than 5 is 4. That means it goes from 0 to 4. If you count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's still like 5, but computer starts with 0. So we have to, since we are programmers, we are working with computers values and stuff. So then we now keep this as I, so we have to give like a step. So I say start, stop, then step. So how is it going to increment? It increments like this. Okay. So then what we're going to do now is we're going to do SOUT tab. So what are we going to print? I know you say, some of you will say I or something, but we shouldn't print I, because if we print I, we're just printing just the numbers. What we will print is scores at index of I. So if I, what it means is that if scores at index of I, if don't mind the warning that is there, is just conscious every time or something. So scores at index of I, what it means is if I is 0, it gives 100. If I is, because we initially changed our first word, our first 0 index to 100. Then if I, it's, you know, like a for loop, it keeps going. If I is 0, it gives 100, it's going again, 80, 75, 60, and 95. So this is the way to loop through all the whole things in our array list. Okay, so if I just do shift F10, and so we can loop through all the whole items in our array list. Okay, you can see right here, let me scroll down a little bit. You can see 100, 100, and why did the 100 appear 2 times? Why did the 100 appear 2 times? Oh, we printed this 100 first at first. Okay, I think I'll just delete this and we'll run it again. Shift F10. Okay, yeah, cool, right now. So you can see 100, 80, 75, 60, and 95. So this is a very good and easy way to loop through our array list. I mean array. I'm going to do a tutorial on array list though. So I think that's basically all you need to know to get started with array. So practice time, what we need to do is, I have 3 practices I have in mind. First one is to print all elements in an array, or find the total of values in an array, or which one are we going to do? Find the largest number in an array. Okay, to make this video a little bit quick and make you guys understand it more, I will just find the total of values in an array. Okay, so let's say I'll just delete this, or should I keep it? No, it's not delete it. And then I'll give an array tab, sorry, and we'll just call the array numbers. Array of numbers is equals to, let's give the things that need to be in our numbers. Let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, then don't forget your semicolon though. The next thing, then what we're going to do, since we're going to be finding the total of numbers there, what we're going to do is int total is equals 0. So the total is 0 initially. Then let's count how many. This is a very good way to find the sum of numbers in an array. So what we're going to do initially now, using a for loop, we'll use a for loop. Then for int, our int I, since we're working with array, our I will start with 0. And it keeps going as far as I is less than numbers. Sorry. Oh shit, what am I doing? Control Z, Control Z. Yeah, let's go again. Int I is equals 0. Sorry, and it keeps going as long as I is less than numbers dot length. Okay, so it keeps going as long as I is less than the length of the items in the array list, and then our step, it will go by I plus plus. Okay, then what do we need to do now? What we're going to do is we have to add the total numbers, and we're going to say total. This is our total variable we gave here, so we're going to increment it. So we'll say total, we give the plus equals operator that we did last in my previous course, equals numbers at index of I. So what this means initially, to make it more like understandable for beginners, what I'm going to do is, so you guys understand it more, total is equals total plus number at array list. So you see, we gave our integer, our total initially 0, then when it's looping through, we change total equals total plus numbers at index of I. You see, it is equals total plus numbers on index of I. But since I saw it was a long way to go, we can just simply do something like this. It still works the same way though. So so let me just then afterwards we'll print something. We'll say the total is equals, let's say, plus total. Okay, so the total is equals plus total, and let's print it out so you see what happens. So we see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 will apparently give us like 150 or something. So you see the total of all the things in our array list is equals 150. Okay, so let me show you guys that the other way can also work in case you don't like writing short code. But I think this way is very cool. But in case you don't understand how to do it, you can just cancel this and say total is equals to total plus this. So as the array is looping, it adds to the total that is 0. So the first one we add, it adds to the total 30, 60, 100, 150, and give total of 150. So if we run it again, it still works the same way. And yeah, it's, you see, it still works the same way, like this. Total equals 150. Okay, so we can also add, to make you understand, you see 150, let's add another 50. So you see it still works properly. So it will give us 200. Hold on, 200. So total is equal, so the total is equals 200. So you can still be adding more to the array list and finding total of it. So it's very good, and it's a very good way to practice array list. So the one you can do by yourself is, you can find the largest number in the array list, like many other things. So I don't want this video to be too long, so I'll just leave that one for you guys to try and figure it out. Find the largest number in an array, and also print all the elements in an array by yourself without watching the videos back and forth. Okay, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on my latest videos, and also leave a like and comment as well. Your feedback really helps me create better content for you all. Thanks, and I love you guys so much.